last night I was watching a movie called 500 Days of Summer, and that was a good ass movie. The way it's directed, the actors, this is a really good movie. And the main character, the dude, he played in. I watched two movies last night. It was 10 Things I Hate About You and 500 Days of Summer. They're both like, the first one's like a love romance movie, and the second was like a tragic fucking love story, sort of. Like it ended good, but not in the way you think. But bro, that movie was so real. From the delusion, from just everything, the shit that this past thing that just happened with someone, I talked about in my last video. We met, and we dated for like maybe a few weeks, but it wasn't really too serious. It wasn't too serious. But through those weeks, she was saying how but through those weeks, she was saying how she's scared of a relationship. She's just not ready, pretty much. She has a lot going on. Past stuff has affected her current feelings. And through that time, me, I like her. So I'm holding out hope and shit that maybe she changes her mind. Maybe I can just wait it out. Maybe I can convince myself that I agree with what she wants. I wanted something serious with her. She was cool as shit. Dead ass, anything I can ask for, right? But that's what I thought. As I was like in that situation. But in that situation, I didn't see no wrong. Obviously, there's like a little bit like maybe we don't get along, like some humor, whatever, just normal stuff, right? I overlooked all that, and I kind of ignored it, all the signs that it wasn't going to work out because of what I was feeling in that current moment. I really liked, I guess, how she made me feel, but she didn't really make me feel much. It was just, she told me from the beginning that it was just the idea of her I liked, and I told her, no, I like you. I guess she was right. Yeah, I guess she was right. But yeah, so when you're in that moment and you're thinking about all the good stuff, right? And then you go back and you think back about the normal stuff or the bad things, the awkward stares, shit like that. But yeah, you think back and you deadass at the end of it, when they finally leave or they finally ghost you, or when they finally tell you, no, like, enough's enough, I don't want to keep going on with this, you think back about all everything, even the negatives and everything. Sometimes it takes somebody else to pull you out of that delusion. And I appreciate all my friends, my brother Cheese, he was there the whole time pretty much, telling me everything I already knew, but I didn't want to listen to him. Because when you want to see the positives, you want to make it out of that I don't want a relationship phase. You want to be the one that can convince her to be with you, But dead ass, like some people say, like if you don't work for it, then it's not worth it. But like, you shouldn't have to. I feel like you shouldn't have to fucking strain yourself, all type of stuff, to convince someone to like you. I feel like that just comes, I guess. And if it's not then and there, right there, just like I said, just put yourself first. You gotta leave. If they don't want you, you gotta leave. Yeah, like I said, it's okay to be selfish. And another thing, when they show affection after saying, oh, I don't want a relationship or anything, it kind of throws you off a little bit, because it's like, well, you were dry and then you show affection, but you're telling me you don't want a relationship. And as the person that wants the relationship, you just feed into it. You know, you get trapped in that. You know, you get trapped in that loop. And you're just there getting strung on, even though it's not their fault at all. They told you from the start that they don't want a relationship. They told you that they're not ready. They told you that they might not be the best fit. They were honest. They did not tell a single lie the whole time, and you still decide to fall for it. Yeah, if you still decide to fall for it, that's your fault. You know, yeah, that movie's just crazy though, because it's so real from the beginning to the end. The whole thing just makes so much sense. And when you have these expectations and they aren't met and stuff, it sucks. It really does suck. And one thing that really fucked me up, in the end of the movie, they met each other again. They ran into each other at his favorite spot, the main character's favorite spot. I think his name is Patrick. And they were talking, and he was still obviously mad because she got married to somebody else right after they stopped talking, right after telling him that she wasn't ready and all that. She got married right after, and they were talking, and he said, I'm just confused. He was saying he was confused and all that. How did it happen so fast? And she was pretty much saying that it just happened. And the reason she was sure about the reason that she got married to him, the other guy, was because she was sure in him. I forgot what she said, but she was sure in the other guy what she wasn't sure of the main character. Bro, I dead ass started, like, I almost cried, bro, because that shit was so real. Like, imagine hearing that shit. Like, you know, like, you tried so hard. What was it, 500 days? You tried so hard, right? Even if it's a week, a year, 10 years, you tried, you know? Just for the person to tell you that you weren't it. Bro, any situation, an interview, let's say, for example, you're playing DPS on Marvel Rivals, you're playing Spider-Man, and you think you're trying your hardest, and they tell you, bro, switch off Spider-Man, you're doing bad, you're butt cheeks, dude. Bro, that's a fucking blow to the soul. Your ego, your soul, everything just goddamn hurt. And that's what it was. He was trying his hardest, he really liked her and all that, just for her to say that she was sure in someone else what she wasn't sure in him, bro, and that was insane. So, and to throw it on top, so when I followed her on TikTok, and I didn't talk to her for a while, it was when she first stopped looking at my story, like the first days or so. I think it's because something I posted. I don't know if it's true or not. No clue. I have no idea what she's doing right now. But it was something she reposted something on TikTok. I just checked for TikTok repost, because why not? Fuck it. I thought she died or something, to be honest. To see if she was like actively posting stuff. So I saw something she reposted, and then when I looked, it was a day ago. Before that, she hasn't looked at my story in like 4 days. So I saw it, and she reposted the girl, Summer. She was like, when he wants a relationship, but I'm literally her. Something like that. And it was a picture of Summer in the record store. Bro, the accuracy was insane. The accuracy was so fucking crazy. And I've seen a little bit of the movie before. I've seen like previews or whatever. I've heard people talk about it. But I completely forgot about the end. Bro, when she told him about she was sure in somebody else, what she wasn't sure in him, bro, that shit fucked me up. But and then at the end, he was at a job interview for an architecture job, I think. And there was this other girl there for the job interview also. They started talking, and he was about to walk. He was about to go to the interview. And he was like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go ask her out, right? He asked her out. This is at the very end. This is after all that happened. He's obviously still hurt, you know? But he asked her out, and she said, oh, I have someone to meet after this. But then she was like, wait, it's fine, like, we can go, whatever. Like, we'll go. And then he was like, cool, nice. She told him his name. She told him her name, and her name was Autumn. And then he looked at the camera like breaking the fourth wall. He looked at the camera like, wow. But no, that is crazy though. And I almost cried again. Yeah, because it was just like finally, like, you gotta move on. Like I said yesterday, like I said in the last video, you gotta move on. It definitely sucks and it hurts, you know, but moving on is the most important thing, you know, making new opportunities, meeting new people, dropping any old thing that's not serving you. But yeah, I recommend everybody to watch 500 Days of Summer. It's a really good movie, and it can show you the delusion, all the things that happen, and something like that, you know, getting shown affection and shit, just for them to switch up. But it's never really a switch up because they were like that from the beginning. So you only have yourself to blame for falling so deep. But then you want to give it a chance. So you're like, it's so complex, you know? I don't know. And the way the movie was directed, it was going back and forth between the good and bad times. That shit was crazy. Because, like, I don't know, there's a lot of up and downs. That whole movie was a roller coaster, dead ass. That entire movie was just a roller coaster. And she was crazy. And I really recommend it if you're going through anything like a situationship, or even if you're just want to watch a good movie and maybe cry, maybe laugh. Because there were some good times in it too, but there was also a lot of bad moments too. But yeah.